Hello, my absolutely beautiful astrology soulmates, and welcome to your weekly horoscope for the week of March 11th, going all the way to the 17th. And I have to tell you, this week, the energy is a bit like there is solution here this week, but it's also like the last week of Pisces season before we head into Aries season and head into the astrological new year. So there is this sense this week of kind of needing to come down. And it's not the come down of like, oh my God, I need to relax, like come get me, It's more like, what did we learn in the last year? Where in Pisces season, we have to remember Pisces culminates everything that has been learned, right? As we've gone from last Aries season to Pisces season now. What have we learned? What are we ready to bring to culmination? What are we ready to let transition into something new, something next? What are we transcended from? What is it? What have you done that spiritual work on? And you're like, yeah, it's not my ego that's just like, F them, but it is a freedom. Where have you given forgiveness in this last astrological new year that maybe you were denying, you didn't know you were holding on to? Where is the self-love? Where are you welcoming in beauty, ease, and creativity into your life differently than you did last year? So this last week, as we're traveling, I think is really a space where that's the kind of like come down we're going to be experiencing. Now, that said, I also think that this week leaves us a space that we're kind of tender, we're that tender little vegetable where you could be a bit more sensitive. But I also think that hopefully Pisces season has treated you in such a way that you've also become a bit more malleable and flexible, which you learned in Aquarius season, but also more willing to see where you need to put boundaries and step away from things that are harshing your mellow when they don't actually deserve to be harshing your mellow. Life is life. We have to step into irritants and react and engage, in such ways sometimes, but sometimes it's like, where am I just being distracted? And I need to just put that down because it's actually spinning me up. Where do I need to say yes? Where do I need to say no? And hold a boundary around your own energy. And this week we have an opportunity to get into some of that practice. If we haven't met before, I'm practicing professional Stormie Grace. I'm an evolutionary and a humanistic astrologer, and on my channel, I am helping you beautiful astrology enthusiasts learn the language of astrology, and that's what we talk about here. So if that is content that you are interested in, I welcome you. And if you're new, welcome. Thank you. Join our soulmate family tribe by hitting the subscribe button. This is a great community. If I can't answer a question down in the comment section, somebody is jumping in, and they are not just giving you their opinion. They are handing you beautiful astrology. I have found our community to be wise, inspired, and compassionate. So if you feel like you need a little bit of that in your life, we're also really funny. So join us down below. And if you are already a part of the soulmate family tribe, welcome back. I hope you're brilliant. I hope you're beautiful. I look forward to engaging you in the comment section down below. Now, no matter who you are, if you are here, I want to let you know that my seasonal packages are going up. They are going out as we get to the 20th of April, and they will be available for 1 week. So go ahead and jump in and take advantage. And what you're going to get is a very big discount on my Astrology Insight reading packages, where you get 4 readings. You get 2 60s and 2 30s that you can jump in. We're going to walk through an entire year together of your astrological signatures, help you make the progress on the goals you would like to achieve, look at it from an astrological lens. And also, sometimes we just need support and mentorship, and we need encouragement because we feel like we can't always get that in the family lives or in the work lives that we have. So if that is you, my packages are going to be on sale to celebrate the astrological new year, which is happening April 20th. You can already start to take advantage of that in the description box down below, okay? And if you're a little bit newer and you want a little bit of a cheat sheet or a guide to what's really going on in the astrology, you're learning this language, make sure you head over to my website, stormiegrace.com, and download my free Unlocking the Cosmos guide that is there and available for you to take advantage of, okay? All right, friends, into the week we go. Now, right here on Monday, first of all, we're coming in after the energy of the new moon in Pisces. Uranus was involved. So there's all of this newness, right? There really is this newness, and there's this newness of intuition. There's this newness of where I need to go with the flow rather than to push. There's a newness in our intellectual, emotional intelligence and our intuitive intelligence. And there's also, I think, a willingness with that Uranus involved to do it because we find value in not struggling, in not breathing in so much of the scarcity, in not letting our energy have all of these leaks. We find value in it now. And something I want to say about this new moon that I think has been incredibly important and powerful for all of us is that the changes and the willingness to have this innovation with ourselves that has come really is coming from us, right? It's coming up and from within us. So there is some level of importance to it, which is why the change is made. And why that matters is because, you know what, the people around us could be telling us we need to make all kinds of changes, or if you just eat this, you will feel better. If you just do this, right? They're dropping us signals to try and help us all the time. But until it's important to me, and until the change and the desire and the willingness to take on the uncertainty, practice some faith, step out there and innovate in ways I've never moved before, until it comes from me, it really doesn't matter if it's bothering other people. It doesn't matter if it's absolutely killing me. But when it comes from in me and I can feel that influence pouring up and out of me, as I think we've gotten to see all through this particular season, but certainly this new moon bringing that in, I think that this is where we can see change be really important and potent, okay? So now we've got this beautiful vibe going for us on Monday as we're coming in, where that energy is still pouring into the day, and then we are going to welcome beautiful Venus into Pisces. Oh, this is all the good news in the world, okay? Because Venus is not only exalted in Pisces, which means when a planet's exalted, it's like, I don't live here. This isn't my sign. This isn't my natural sign, but I come here and I just become delicious. Like I'm in power, I'm empowered, right? And this is where Venus is working in Pisces, so full strength. So I'm going to tell you, if there's something you wanted to create, if there is something that you wanted to love on, if you wanted to bring love and magic into your body, into your spirit, into your heart, into your relationships, into your work, do it. This is the season while Venus is traveling with this Piscean energy all the way until April 4th to just get your fingers pruny in it. Really love it. Really enjoy it. But also, in your creation, remember, it's going to have to be done in a Piscean way, but it is going to be strong. So as soon as you get it, you'll get it, okay? That strong Piscean way means that Venus is not going out and hustling for it. Venus is not going out and like guilting, manipulating, scandalizing what you want to come into your life, right? It's not waving the hand and waving smoke and not really talking about what's going on. Venus is an attracting energy. So it's pulling to us. So what is getting adjusted, and you have real power to work with here, is to adjust your vibe. Adjust your vibe. What is going on in your vibration that what you're trying to attract to you with such power and such ease isn't coming? Now, one of the first places I always ask people to go is go into your sacred pelvic bowl. I've even created a class about that this year. So if you haven't taken my 22-day class, I'm going to put a link to that so that you can check it out, because we're holding a vibration directly connected to Venus in this sacred pelvic bowl. So when I've got a past lover, or an idea of a past lover, if I have an idea of what my life was supposed to look like, if I am still mad at my mother, if I have sexual trauma, if I'm lost my ovaries, taken out my uterus, if I have whatever I have done, I am standing on it in this pelvic bowl, which means that if it is not cleared out, regularly tended to, not only am I blocking my vibe for Venus in one of the most powerful positions she can be in to attract to me in my relationship, in my money, in my healing, in my play, I am blocking it, but then it's also going to take root in physical symptoms as well. And what it looks like is I can't really connect with another human being. I can connect intellectually. I think I know what they're saying. I don't feel comfortable sharing my heart. Sex, that's out of the question. Am I in a sexless marriage? Am I in a sexless relationship? Do I have pain in being in my being? So Venus and Pisces here has also the opportunity to bring your attention to a great healing that maybe even something in that pelvic bowl or in your body is looking for a release from. It's a wonderful opportunity as Venus is traveling here, friends, to get to know Venus and bring it not only into your pleasure principle, but into your healing understanding as well, the way that Venus heals. Now, there is a shadow side of this particular position all the way until the 4th. And that is that you can be like, I don't really want to talk about that. That's not fun. That's not pretty. That's not pleasureful. That doesn't make me feel good. That doesn't support a delusion that I'm trying to support, right? There are some real holdbacks that can present themselves. So be with your own exploration as to where you're at with this Venusian vibration as we're traveling, okay? Now, something else to keep in mind though, that I think is really very, very useful as we're looking at this Venus travel is that Venus has come into a new 2-year relationship with Mars. This happened back in February, okay? So there is this space, I think, that naturally has come where you are seeking your own reinvention because you're re-relating to yourself, your desires, your pleasure habits, your avoiding habits, your health habits, right? So there is a space where I want you to know that there's a lot of cosmic support that's happening here. Now, the moon is also traveling at this point on Monday in the vibration of Aries, so we are here for it. We are here for it. It is a day where I feel like we're coming into the vibe and it's like, okay, what do I need to do to be well set up for this week? Where do I need to step into my power? Where do I need to be a little bit more assertive, a little bit more direct? But I need to take the lead because what it also means is that as we're traveling on Monday, the moon is going to continue to make its way to come across that north node. So it is your destiny to step forward as this beautiful warrior, warrioress, hero, heroine in your own story. And to also remember that Aries energy is not just this go out and slash and kill warrior, but it is true that it is also seen as the sacred gardener. And the gardener understands very clearly at a moon emotional level what I need to cut away in order for this garden to really continue to grow, not just for it to look nice, but for there to actually be growth here. So you may be being the warrior in your own life as we come in this first couple days of the week. Okay? All right. Now, as we roll ourselves over here into Tuesday, we're going to have a very nice void, of course, moon period. So I would encourage you that the vibration of Tuesday is to let some things settle, let information come to you. You have a different set of eyes. Tuesday is naturally a Mars day, so very much so an Aries energy as well. Got that scorpionic feel to it as well. So let information percolate. And I would encourage you on Tuesday, listen. Do some listening. What do you need to listen to in order to gather the very best information that you need? Let it settle before you make any big decisions, okay? Now, as we get to Wednesday, I really like this energy that's happening on Wednesday. Now, first of all, something to just take note of here on Wednesday as we're traveling is that we've just seen the day before, we've seen this little interaction between Mercury, who's already as well had an interaction with Neptune. If you remember that was happening. So information felt a little bit murky, and then Mercury moved into Aries and now heralding a very different message of I'm going first. This is the direction. Now Mercury has had a little teeny tiny semi-square with Uranus. So there's like a little electricity, like, you know, when you touch your tongue to a battery, have you ever done that? That's not safe. Like, please don't do that. But I've done it. Okay. And if you've done it too, then you know that it's kind of like, so that is kind of the energy that's also coming in as we're traveling on Wednesdays. There's like a little spark. There's a little spark in your thought process. There's a little something you want to talk about. You're a little bit interested in it. Now, the challenge that I do see here is that we have got, you can just, the distractions, right? Mercury is in Aries and it wants to do a lot of things, but it wants direct information. But it may be that you're coming out of this Tuesday time where I've encouraged you to do more listening so that you can get the information, but you're listening maybe to too many things. So one of the ways that you can use this spark, one of the ways that it can show up is that you're being impatient, right? You're like, just tell me the answer, right? You're on YouTube and you're like, I just need to know how to fix the bathroom thing. And somebody's like, welcome to my video. And you're like, shut up, just tell me how to fix the bathroom. You know what I mean? So you can have this impatientness where you're looking through all of these different sources. So I would encourage you to be mindful of the distractions. You're trying to get at exactly what you're trying to get at, but be mindful of the distractions, okay? Because you will, it's going to be there. But something else that you can do is realize that where can you work more quickly on something that you're trying to do and efficiently without working in a way that is impatient. You're trying to get it done quickly. It's super rash. You're just doing it to get it off the table. And then you're going to end up having to redo it later. So where can you work quickly plus efficiently on something that has a lot of value? I think that's the complete vibe of Wednesday. Now, when we get to later on Tuesday night, I don't think I said this, but when we're there later on Tuesday night, the helper to this energy on Wednesday as well will be that the moon has moved into the vibration of Taurus. So it is a little bit more grounded. Okay, we've got a little bit more of an earthy energy. Jeff, definitely check in on your creature comforts at this time. But remember that some of that impatience or if it's fear that I'm going to lose security or something like that, you may be trying to go at something rash or quickly. Just slow down, just be efficient, okay? Now, when we get here on Thursday, we're going to see another moon void of course time before the moon gets into the vibration of Gemini. So when Gemini moon is going, you maybe want to talk or you want to communicate, you want to say out loud, or maybe people are even sharing to you because remember the moon governs all of us. Okay, so it's like, oh my gosh, everybody's sharing their stories with me, and it's okay. Communicate, network here, check in. Where do you need to make some decisions? Where do you need to practice some discernment? Where do you need to network something? If you're a business person, this would be a great day. I think it'd be an absolutely fantastic day over the next couple days to launch something out or to have the conversation about it. Build the website pages in the back or something like that. My students, write, do your research. Things like this are going to be very helpful. Okay, Friday, rolling around, we're still under that beautiful Gemini moon, but as we're coming into Saturday, late night, going to take us into early Sunday morning, we're going to find ourselves under the first quarter moon at 27 degrees of Gemini here, and I love this. Remember, your first quarter moon time means that you started something at a new moon time, and now it's time to really take action on it. Now, the new moon that you're working with is actually the new moon, so go back in your life to June 18th of 2023. Now we had this new moon at 26 degrees of Gemini, so just one orb away, okay, 1 degree away. What did you start? What house is this happening in for you? What other planets is this connected to? And if you're not sure how to find that, I've got a video on how to find the active transit in your chart, okay? But go back to that particular time because what you planted your seeds of intention to begin at that time, June 18th of 2023, now you're ready to really take the action on it. You've got more information to get that thing moving. So let's rock and roll with it. Now we'll see the full moon and we'll bring some things to a pivot or to a culmination when we get to December 15th of this year. And then we'll bring it fully to a close in 2025. I'll keep you posted on that, okay? But go back into your own records and see what has been going on for you at that time. Now let's close out this week with a beautiful void of course moon just after we have that first quarter time. The moon will move into Cancer to take us through the rest of Sunday and move into Monday. So a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more at home. Tend to any of the feminine things that absolutely need your attention, anything in your home space that you need to feel safe, to feel secured. Do you have a setup in your life and in your world that is making you feel delicious and making you feel nurtured? Now, to further help with that, we see this beautiful Neptune Kazimi energy, and I really, really love this. I love this energy because there is, I think, spiritual and emotional freedom that can come with it. There's a release. It's like spiritual awakening or just epiphanies about what is really going on in your internal life, external life, and like, what is life about? And the ability to, yeah, maybe you did a bunch of weird stuff, but you do have the ability to evolve We are evolving. We are changing as human beings. Our bodies, no matter how well you take care of them, are breaking down and inching towards our transition every day. So at the time that you have left between now and then, where are you ready to evolve? Where are you ready to take down your backpack and not carry so many rocks and hard things and forgive yourself? What are you willing to let dissolve so that you can let creativity pour up and out of you instead? It's a really beautiful day. I think, to have this kind of release. But it's also a day too where I agree with my friend Tiffany Harlick. When people show you who they are, you should believe them as well, because not everybody in your life, not everybody in your space, not everybody in the story you tell yourself about relationships is really real. So there is some sorting out of what is fact and what is fiction. And whatever you find out, the truth will set you free. All right, my beautiful friends, I love you a ton. I hope you have a great week. Make sure you check out my video, Watching Your March 2024 Horoscopes, if you haven't checked it out already, for my beautiful females and families that are going through perimenopause, menopause, that portion of the journey. Make sure you check out my video at the end of this video about astrology and perimenopause. And it's just about midlife as well. So if that is you, honey, if you are at 38, moving on, please go check out that video. Bring the knowledge, bring the healing into your personal space. I love you. Subscribe, like, and I'll see you next time. Bye.